June 22, 1941 Wolfsschanze, East Prussia. Before dawn, Adolf Hitler stands alone over a massive map table. The lights are low. The room smells of cigarette smoke and damp concrete. Outside, birds begin to stir in the forest surrounding his headquarters. Hitler does not sleep much anymore. He hasn't for weeks. His eyes trace a red line stretching eastward, across Poland, across rivers and plains, deep into the Soviet Union. This morning, he believes, history will bend to his will. At 3:15 a.m., more than 3 million German soldiers cross the border into the USSR. Tanks roll. Artillery roars. The largest invasion in human history has begun. Hitler names it Operation Barbarossa. To him, it is not just a military campaign. It is destiny. For years, Hitler has convinced himself that this war in the East is necessary. Germany needs land, he says. Food. Oil. Living space. Bolshevism must be destroyed before it destroys Europe. The Soviet Union, he believes, is rotten at its core, ruled by fear, weakened by purges, led by an army that will collapse in weeks. We have only to kick in the door, he tells his generals, and the whole rotten structure will come crashing down. At first, it seems he is right. Entire Soviet armies are encircled. Hundreds of thousands of prisoners march west under guard. German soldiers write home describing endless columns of captives, abandoned equipment, villages that fall without a fight. By August, the Wehrmacht has advanced hundreds of miles. Moscow feels close. Victory feels inevitable. But beneath the momentum, a fatal decision has already been made. Hitler refuses to focus. Instead of driving straight for Moscow, the heart of Soviet command, railways, and communication, he diverts his forces south toward Ukraine and north toward Leningrad. He wants grain fields. He wants coal. He wants symbolic cities starved into submission. His generals protest quietly. Time, they warn, is slipping away. Hitler does not listen. By October 1941, the German army finally turns toward Moscow. And then the rain comes. Roads dissolve into mud. Tanks stall. Supply lines stretch beyond repair. Soldiers who were promised a short campaign still wear summer uniforms. Winter follows, sudden, brutal, merciless. Temperatures plunge to -30 degrees Celsius. Weapons freeze. Engines die. Men lose fingers, toes, hope. Meanwhile, the Soviets do not collapse. They endure. Factories are dismantled and rebuilt east of the Urals. New armies form. Fresh divisions arrive from Siberia. On December 5, 1941, the Red Army counterattacks outside Moscow. German troops, exhausted and unprepared, are driven back for the first time in the war. Hitler is furious, but more dangerously, he is defiant. He forbids retreat. He fires generals. He takes personal control of military strategy, convinced that sheer will can replace logistics, geography, and reality. It cannot. From this moment on, Germany is fighting a war it cannot win. The invasion of the Soviet Union opens a front that consumes men, machines, and time on a scale Germany can never replace. By 1943, at Stalingrad, an entire German army is annihilated. By 1944, the Red Army is pushing west. By 1945, Soviet artillery is pounding Berlin itself. The decision made in that quiet room before dawn in June 1941 does not end the war immediately. But it seals its outcome. Hitler wanted total victory. What he chose instead was total war against distance, against winter, against an enemy that would not die. And once that door was kicked open, it was Germany that could never close it again.